I'm going to show you how to make this choker with these lovely wooden hearts here, all in different colours. The first thing we're actually going to do is pop this chain. This is a heavy chain. I've got 2 meters of chain here, and we're going to actually pop it on the memory wire to get this effect. So this is the memory wire. It's a stainless steel wire, so it's a nice robust wire, and whatever you do to it, stretch it, bend it, whatever, it will always come back to its nice round shape. We start off as usual with this, with the round nose pliers. I'm just going to make a loop on the end, and that's to stop the chain falling off. And then it's just a case of literally threading this chain onto the memory wire. So literally in one link and out the other, in and out, a bit like a running stitch almost, in and out. And you're going to do that with a whole 2 meters, so that once it's done, it's got a nice kind of compact look on the memory wire. So in true Blue Peter style, I've got one here that I've already completed. So you can just see that once it's round, it's got a nice kind of chunky effect to it. Once you get to the other end, just make a loop in the memory wire again like we did on the first bit, just to stop it falling off there. So the next thing we want to do is think about our hearts. Now, because we're going to make a pair of earrings to match, you want to take 2 hearts out of your packet of 20 that are the same colour. These come in mixed bags. So I'm just going to choose 2, I don't know, this time I might take out those pale pink ones, and I'm going to put those to one side, and that's what we use later to make the earrings with. So to join the hearts onto our chain, we're going to use a 5mm jump ring. So that's these ones. Open these up, same as always, flat nose pliers, grip the jump ring, give a little twist to open it. We're going to pop a heart on there. Now I'm going to start sort of roughly in the middle, putting this on, and then you can work around either side so that you get an even look to the finished item. So I'm just going to find a link in the chain, link that through and close it up. Now, one thing just to be aware of with these wooden hearts, because they are so lovely and delicate, you don't want to be too heavy-handed when you're closing up the jump ring, because if you are a bit too heavy-handed, the little loops here in the wooden heart can actually break quite easily because it's such light wood. So that's our first one. So next one, 5mm jump ring through the heart, and I just kind of do this by sight really. I've got them all overlapped, so I just choose a link part way along and then close up the next jump ring. Okay, so that they'll all overlap when they're done, and I tend to go from one side to the other just to try and keep it even. So open another jump ring, another heart, and link that, hook that onto one of the links. So it's really quite straightforward, and I like that. And then I come back to this left hand side and pop another one on. I just do the colours randomly. As I say, these hearts come in mixed packets, so it's easier just to put them on randomly rather than trying to have any particular pattern involved, but that's up to you. So you keep putting those on so that you've got all 18 on there. And then we're going to pop on some of these little miracle beads. I've got 4mm miracle beads and 6mm miracle beads. And all we're going to do with those, pop it on the head pin. So that's one of the pins with a flat end. Pop the bead down there. And then the first thing we're going to do is bend that head pin over at right angles to the bead. Okay, we want to keep about 1 centimetre for making the loop. So I'll cut off the excess. And then with the round pliers, grip the very end and start to make the loop. Now before you completely close that up, we want to attach this to our chain as well. So again, just hook it through one of the links and close it up. Now it's not the end of the world if your loops aren't entirely round, but what does matter is that the loops are touching back to themselves so that they're secure and they're not going to fall off. So I'll do another one of those for you. So pop the bead on. I'm going to bend my wire over first. And the reason I do that is then when you've done your loop, it should end up nice and centrally above the bead. Whereas if you just made the loop without bending the wire, it ends up a bit like a letter P with the loop on one side. So again, just use the roundness of the pliers to start making that loop, hook it onto the chain and close it up. And you want to carry on like that so that you've got all your 18 hearts on there, and We start with 15 of each of the size miracle beads. Well, again, we need to keep 2 of those aside for the earrings, and you can just keep going, putting on until you've got all of the miracle beads on there. So once you've popped all your beads and hearts on there, the only thing left for the necklace now is just to put a clasp on the back. So I've got one of these nice little love heart trigger clasps. I thought that was in keeping with the love heart theme. We need jump rings to put these on with, so I've got a slightly bigger jump ring here, so it's easier when you're actually doing the necklace up. So this is a 7mm jump ring. So grip it and twist it and pop that through the loop in your memory wire, and then add the clasp. And then on the other side you just need to put the jump ring, and then obviously that's where you then do the clasp up to when you're wearing it. So again, straight through there and close it up, again just making sure they're touching back to each self so it's secure, and that's your necklace done. So these are the 2 pink wooden hearts that I picked out earlier to make the earrings with. It's up to you which colours you use. And start with a jump ring. Back to the 5mm jump rings that we were using on the hearts before. Put that through the little loop and close it up. And as I say, just be a little bit careful with these hearts because they are quite delicate. Next, we want to add a little bead for decoration. So this time we need the eye pin. So this is the pin with the loop on the end. So for these I'm going to use the round nose pliers. Pop those in there, open up the loop and hang the heart on and close that one up. I've got the 6mm miracle bead, pop that on there, and now again we need to make a loop at the top of here. So bend that wire over against the bead. I'm going to cut off the excess, so we've got about 1 centimetre left, and the round nose pliers, and then all we need to do is add the long ball wire. So the loop on these just open up, again using the roundness of the pliers, hang those on there, close it up. When you close it up, just be aware the little silver ball can sometimes slide down and get in the way, so keep that back out of the way and close it up. Then you just need to do the other one the same to make a pair.